Alright. I want to talk a little bit, I guess more, or get maybe a little more in depth on materialism. And we kind of have some subjects or whatever branching off from that. This being kind of like the little seed of it. And we can put body belief, let's do sentimentalism, and labels. And I guess let's just stick with labels. Seems to be more around the form. I was kind of thinking about possibly even going towards like language, but we're not going to muddy it too much here. And of course, science. Now, body belief. If we believe that we are the body and not using the body, then we have made the pact with materialism. And pretty much it would seem all of this kind of follows, and seems to kind of be just the indulgence in form. And I'll get into that more. I should actually step back a little. I'll get into more of that, like with the sentimentalism. Now, the materialism most others just think would be acquiring things or having stuff. And it's not that. You can have stuff and you can have things. It's the holding on to things. It's the projection of what we think and our ideas, projecting them externally, attempting to give something value or meaning that has none. And we do that with things. I myself, when I was a lot younger, would do it with video games and get little video game collections. And it's almost that I was fooling myself, and it wasn't enough to experience going through the game itself, but I kind of wanted to hold on to that experience, and so I would keep a hard copy of that game. And until I, would start to give it away or I forget about it and stuff, then you realize that you don't need that anymore to have that thought, and that thought's there. And it's almost that we are afraid to forget, that experience or that feeling. But I tell you what, how good does it feel to remember something? It's okay to forget, because when you remember something, that produces a very powerful and very strong energy. So I would love to forget about a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I keep things in the hard drive and pull them back, but maybe we'll work on that a little bit. Now, the sentimentalism, so that's tied in with that. That's basically what I'm talking about now, is just the sentimentalism, that attachment that we have towards those things. And whenever we start to do that, and we're externalizing what's going on internally with our thought process and our ideas, it's not being true to what's going on and true to ourself, because it's trying to say, hey, it's over here, or look over there, but when actually it's all going on, inside the mind. Now, labels. This is a big one. This is all over the internet. Now, I know a lot of conspiracy others out there and stuff. They'll say that CIA guys come on the web and plant names, and it doesn't matter who's doing it or who's quote unquote creating it. I don't think anybody's really starting something. I enjoy thinking that you can't really think something unless it's already been thought and it's already out there, and the ideas have already been thought of, and we're just pulling them in and use them as we go about the experience here. Now, these labels and that. This is just having your mind made up. It's judgment, and it's regardless how another behaves in that moment. Instead of just focusing as an interaction in that moment, we attach a label and essentially condemn the other, and say you're this or you're that, and then might not even speak with them, and that's just really insane. But this is labels are ammunition, and this just gives us, because I mean we behave like children. You can see it on the internet, even at more mature ages, and we being older and stuff, we still call each other names and stuff like that. This is just ammunition and attacking each other, and just it's causing that division, and just labeling things as causing that division. And if you refer back to understanding existence, and pretty much all the videos, I mean, it's all going back to the invisible, seed of everything, and everything that's rippling from, what is creation and what is everything, and that flow, and it's all about that energy. And once you start dividing that and saying you're this and you're that and even this, and it's, I mean, ironically, and I guess it's sort of a hypocrisy to use, these labels, but I don't know how else to communicate these ideas, through language rather than doing that. So, I mean, they are thankful. Just like anything, it's a tool. And, we can use the tool to benefit ourselves, or we can use it to damn ourselves. And, I mean, that's what we're doing when we're damning others. I mean, we need to look collectively as a species. And all this, I mean, learning and education and all that stuff, it's just the only thing that we should learn about, and I'm actually, I was talking to another about this, and she mentioned this, and I'm going to steal her little sentence, because this is a great way to, condense it and word it. And then the only thing that we should learn as a species is how to be a better human, and show others that, and just, be at the top of the game. And that goes back to that old diagram I had with the evolution, where it's given us the idea that, man's on top of his game, and he's not. And we need to focus on being better humans and not be so distracted within the materialism, because this is just all distraction. And this is where our focus is. And we need to get away from that focus and just, propose ideas, and just what can we do? Use everything as a tool. Stop labeling. Stop having our mind made up. Stop thinking there's some dogmatic truth out there, because there isn't one. There isn't at all. This is what we got. We come in here with everything equipped, and there's so much understanding and mystery even within the body that I laugh when others think they're a body, because they don't even understand what they believe that they are, and I don't even understand it fully. But that's why I'm doing these videos and stuff in this specific channel, because I want us to start thinking about these things, because let's make this a reality to where we are getting better, and stem back more from this. Use these things, don't become these things. Don't let this drive your focus in your everyday decision making. And we don't just attach ourselves onto objects, we attach ourselves onto worries and fear, of jobs and stuff, or maybe having to do this, or what another thinks of you and stuff. And all of that is materialism. It's all materialism. None of that stuff matters. It's just simple form that we're not seeing correctly. Now, this is religion. This got a bunch of followers, and these guys love the ammunition. The Congregation of Science loves the ammunition, and they will pull that out. You can say you're not anything, you're not this or that. It doesn't matter. These guys, they got the mind made up. And this proposes ideas of the mechanical, the irrevocable, and coincidence. That's a great one. I love that. I mean, that's, if they didn't have coincidence, then I don't know, that house of cards might fall. Now, let's go in a little closer with this here. See what's going on with this. So, we have this. And this isn't just, let's not just attach that towards, faithful followers of science or whatnot. Let's look at this ammunition here, and what's the driving force of this? And what's going on with that? Well, this all stems from that. And we use this ammunition, and we target and we attack and externalize and just insane thinking, so that we can hold on to these. Because we have this little picture that this image that we created of things, and it's like, I like this or I like that, and that's my favorite, that's not my favorite, and that. And we have all these things that we have latched onto, the search for truth and understanding within the experience here. And we will not give or break anything. And we will fight, call little names like children, and do all that stuff so that we can hold on to these. And the thing is it's okay to have beliefs, and there's nothing wrong. There's no right or wrong with any of this. This is just trying to understand everything. If you want to have the beliefs, keep the door open. Just keep it open. Because allow change and allow that and allow new information to come in. Once you close that, and then there's nothing. You're walled off. You have your mind made up, and you're not going to listen to others. There's no point in asking questions if you already have your mind made up. And the thing is, because if you want to get rid of these, you seemingly have to make a lifestyle change and or changes. And this is our greatest fear right here. And we don't want to do this, because then that would prove us wrong. And everything, and all of our quote-unquote time that we put into everything and all that, we don't want to be wrong. That's why, that's our fear, because whenever others want to say you did something or this and that, we tend to point the finger elsewhere or blame, and we'll expend so much energy in blame or just trying to find the reasoning and stuff, and instead of just fixing the perceived issue, it would have just took so much less energy. But we all go through those insane motions and everything so that we can hold on to this. Now, keeping within this, and kind of what ties in with this and what we have going on in society, and the driving force that helps keep that insane loop of thinking going on, is this. And what is this? This is an illusion of, should I say this? It's an illusion of thought through growth-promoting movement of the material in a cyclical loop, which actually produces stagnation of spirit and of the animating energy. And we know with the stagnation, you would get end or death within this world of form. Well, if we are producing the stagnation of the spirit, then going back to the levels, this is sure to go to come into play. If we're stagnating here, you can't end what has no end. So then this will be ended, and this is what is perceived as body death or leaving the body, and giving that illusion because of the stagnation that we're doing with the routine, with the holding on to things. This is why the illusion of time is in that loop. It's due towards our behavior and our holding on to things, and just we can see everything that's going on is what's going on in the mind, and you can see the battle of that, the duality aspects of that, but mostly it's the belief of materialism. If you get rid of the belief of materialism and the holding on to that, then duality, it could possibly be used as the tool, with the cause and effect of going about things within form and within the experience, but it's not going to be seen and perceived that way anymore, and everything would just blossom, and everything that is within and makes up everything would be allowed to come forth, because we are not making the decisions of this or that and that, and we're just allowing it to flow through and out and everything as it needs to. And I think the more and more that we would let go within the mind of materialism and the grasp that we allow it to have on us, then we would see the changes of the body. And I'll get into that in the next video.